Picture an ordinary evening with friends. Someone proudly reveals a new haircut and waits. You smile and you say, "That's bold. It suits you." And inside your head, another thought flickers, quieter. In that tiny gap, something important lives. Not betrayal, not fake kindness, a social instinct that protects the room. Some people wear brutal honesty, like a medal. They call it courage, but very often it is just untrained power. Because truth without timing is not integrity, it is impulse. And impulse costs. And impulse feels strong right up until it breaks trust. The hidden weakness is not honesty. The weakness is the need to release tension onto someone else. The weakness is confusing sharpness with clarity. The weakness is wanting to feel superior for one sentence. Smart people notice a different kind of strength. The strength to pause. The strength to predict consequences. The strength to tell the truth in a way the other person can actually hear. Because the goal is not to be right. The goal is to stay connected enough to be effective. So ask a simple question. When you speak the truth, are you building the future or just proving a point? The villain isn't truth. The villain is the social world we live inside. Every room has invisible rules. Status, belonging, reputation, access. Even when nobody says it out loud, everyone feels it. One careless sentence can change how people treat you for months. So the mind learns to be strategic. Long before modern life, humans survived through groups, and groups stayed safe through stability. A single careless comment could start a conflict. A conflict could create division, and division could cost protection. So the human mind adapted, not to be perfectly honest, but to keep relationships functioning. That is why small, softening lies exist. The polite compliment, the gentle excuse, the sentence that prevents a needless wound. And smarter people do not use these randomly. They simulate outcomes. If this truth lands badly, what will it destroy? If I deliver it well, what can it improve? Diplomacy is not weakness in a clean shirt. It is awareness of the whole chessboard. Psychology keeps pointing to the same idea. Social life rewards the ability to manage meaning. It is theory of mind in action, reading what the other person can carry right now. Not every truth needs maximum force. Some truths need framing and a door left open. Some researchers argue that deception evolved because reputation matters. Not just what is true, but what people can accept right now without turning against you. And compassion changes the math. When people care, they naturally soften harsh facts. They try to protect someone's dignity, even when they could easily drop the blunt version. This is not a license to lie. It is a map of the human nervous system. A threatened person doesn't learn. A shamed person doesn't grow. A cornered person doesn't listen. So intelligence chooses a higher skill. Truth guided by emotional control. Not silence, not performance, just mastery. Here's the core lesson. Say it. Diplomacy is truth with timing. Again, diplomacy is truth with timing, because the point of truth is not to win a moment. The point of truth is to improve the future. It's not shrinking the truth. It is delivering it at the speed the other person can digest. A smart mind respects facts. A wise mind respects nervous systems. That is why diplomacy feels calm, not cowardly. Diplomacy is honesty without injury. It protects the relationship so the truth can actually work. And this is how smart people do it. They use 3 levels of truth. Level 1 is comfort truth. When nothing meaningful is at stake, you choose warmth over precision. You don't correct every tiny detail. You don't turn every interaction into a courtroom. You keep the room safe. Level 2 is useful truth. This is feedback that helps someone improve. It is specific, It is kind. It gives a path forward. Level 3 is necessary truth. This is the line you must say because reality needs protection, because boundaries matter, because avoidance would cost later. The mistake is using necessary truth for everything. That turns life into constant friction. The other mistake is hiding behind comfort truth forever. That turns life into quiet resentment. So diplomacy becomes the bridge. Diplomacy is truth with timing. Now use a simple formula. Validate, aim, offer. Validate what is real and human. Aim at the shared outcome. Offer one next step. Haircut example. Validate, I love the confidence. Aim, you want it to fit your face. Offer, next time a softer shape might flatter you more. Work example. Validate, you clearly worked hard. Aim, you want the message to land. Offer, cut the first slide and open with the result. Relationship example. Validate, your feelings make sense. Aim, you want closeness, not control. Offer, ask directly for reassurance instead of testing. Notice what changed. Truth stayed, harm left, because diplomacy is not hiding, diplomacy is shaping. And yes, sometimes a kind lie is not kindness. Sometimes it's self-protection. Sometimes it's avoiding discomfort. Sometimes it's fear of being disliked. So keep this rule. Don't lie to stay safe. Don't speak harshly to feel powerful. Speak with calm influence. Speak with strategy. Speak with care. Diplomacy is truth with timing. Again, diplomacy is honesty without injury. Again, diplomacy protects connection so truth can create change. Here's the identity shift. Stop thinking of yourself as a truth speaker. Become a truth builder, someone people trust with reality, someone who can say difficult things and still keep respect alive. A truth speaker drops facts and walks away. A truth builder delivers truth in a form that upgrades the room. Your tone becomes steady, your timing becomes intentional, your words become fewer but stronger. You don't hide reality, you guide reality, because truth that destroys trust becomes noise, but truth delivered with control becomes leadership. Diplomacy is not less honest, it's honest with mastery. Think of truth like a blade. A blade can cut rot away or cut someone open. Diplomacy is the sheath, not to hide the blade, but to control it. Ask this quietly. Did the last hard truth improve the future or just prove a point?